Hi, my name is Ronald Sánchez. I am the director and co-founder of Laundromat Art Space. I'm originally from Honduras, and I've been here since 1994. Uh, First moved to Little Havana, and then now in Little Haiti, uh, where we co-founded Laundromat 9 years ago. So Laundromat was co-founded by a group of artists who were finishing up residencies at different programs in Miami, like Bakehouse and what used to be called Art Center. It's now Ulai. And we opened this up with the idea of doing our own thing, putting our own shows together, having studio spaces. Um, and we found this abandoned laundromat, and we turned it into an exhibition space with 10 studios, now 11.
How does an artist go about getting a studio here?
So,
is there an application process?
Right. So there's an application process. Usually artists, they feel comfortable being here. They like the environment. They like the camaraderie. So artists will usually be here about 3 to 4 years. When there's a vacancy, obviously we know there's an ongoing issue of studio shortage, and there are always artists looking for spaces. So it's the goal is to curate the space and sort of have a culture fit of what needs to be addressed. We have a wide range of artists, from photography, people working in fabric, painting. So the goal is to fit the needs of all the mediums, to have a diverse range of art in the space. We don't want to have all painters. We don't want to have all photography. So in that sense, but also we have a demographic that, um, addresses a necessity of what's, needed for studio spaces, pretty much.
How has Little Haiti changed throughout the years that you've noticed? Has the neighborhood become much more?
I always think about that. That's a loaded question. I mean, in the time we've been here, it hasn't changed that much. It's been like the corner spot villain theater, where they do acting and classes and improv. And it's been us. We've kind of been holding down the fort with the Little Haiti Cultural Center also. Not much has really changed as people thought in the 9 years we've been here, but there are some developments going on. There's Magic City that started development maybe about 6 or 7 years ago. That's north of 62nd. So downtown Little Haiti is considered between 62nd and 54th Street on 2nd Avenue, which is where we're at. We're on 59th. The idea is to maintain the Caribbean culture rich and preserve it. Haven't seen a lot change yet, but it's coming soon.
For you, what's a typical day look like for you managing an organization like this? Is it very busy and time consuming?
So this is an artist-led organization by me alone. It is very time consuming. There's a lot of things to address, like programming. There's also like artist relations, make sure our artists are doing okay. And try to help them with their needs. It's a lot. There's a lot to do. Paying the bills, licensing. There's so many things that I can't even think about right now to tell you.
Why do you think artist-run initiatives are so important for the art community? How do they differ? Is it because artists know more or less what an artist needs, or do you find that
I think artist-run spaces have a higher risk appetite in programming, and I feel like larger organizations play it safe and show what's already relevant. I feel like artist-run spaces tend to be more creative, um, and take risks, take more opportunities. I mean, develop opportunities for other artists who aren't per se in the spotlight, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely be a lot more opportunities for maybe lesser known artists. So, what have been your favorite milestones throughout the years?
Oh, well, one of my favorite milestones was selling artwork to Dela Cruz Collection.
That's amazing.
Rosa de la Cruz recently passed away. May she rest in peace. That's a huge milestone. Also, we're approaching 10 years. So we'll throw a big 10-year anniversary party in May of 2025. We had Chuck Close visit the space one time.
You did? How was that?
Was amazing. It was really cool, you know, but he passed away like a year later. So that's awesome, you know. It's a important American artist.
Yeah.
So those are a couple of milestones that I can think of now, but also we've put on like a total of 64 exhibitions. We've exhibited over 500 artists since we've been here. Yeah. What can I tell you?
So it's changed a lot throughout the years. What has been the most significant change?
I feel that the core of the program has changed over time, and that's a learning curve. In the beginning, we had programming coming from different voices, and it was a little bit muddy, but after that, it started to come from one voice, the programming, and I feel like it's important to maintain an artistic core standard coming from one curator.
Are you the curator, or do you normally invite other outside curators to come in?
Sometimes I do invite outside curators, but the main source of the program comes from mainly myself. And right now, I began this initiative where I invited 2 guest curators to do a residency for 6 months. And they've put on 2 exhibitions so far. And we're doing another one at the end of the year for Art Week.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're planning something already for Basel?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
All
right.
Yep.
So what do you envision for the future of Laundromat?
What do I envision for the future? So I'm in the process of becoming a nonprofit organization to be able to get funding, to be able to get grants. Funding is the most important thing for organizations. Without funding, there's really no programming, or
How
very
has that
little.
process been? I'm sure it's very time consuming and difficult.
No? It's time consuming, but also creating a board of people that want to be involved is the most difficult thing. Usually I hear a lot of nonprofits are always chasing around the board members and stuff, and you know, trying to get them to assume their dues and stuff. So
yeah,
you know.
Oh, can you show us around? Can you give us a tour?
Yeah, sure.
The whole spot.
Let's do it. So, you want to start outside?
Yeah.
Sure. So, this is downtown Little Haiti. This is the 2nd Avenue Strip. And this is our parking lot, which is 4,000 square foot. We recently got it facade renovation done. Make it, you know, we got some palm trees to maintain the Caribbean feel. This is a storefront, Laundromat. That's our logo. So our logo is like a vintage laundromat
I know, I saw
sign.
that. It's really
And
retro. It's like
yeah,
Happy Days.
yeah. So this was formerly a laundromat. We wanted to maintain the the business of the previous business of the building, and then I'll show you inside. This is our exhibition space. This is the main gallery. It's important to have a gallery in order to create programming. So for us, it was really paramount to, have this size. This is a decent size space to put on shows. But the cool thing is the hallway is also an extension of the gallery. So
Yeah, it leads
we
right to the hall.
continue. And the interesting thing is that it leads into artist studios. So
Who's in these walls now? Is this an exhibition that
this is an
Guest curator?
exhibition by the resident curators, Ross Carlin and Sofia Ballesteros. The long name, everybody I know is growing up too quickly.
that's a great title.
Yeah, aren't we all?
Yeah.
So it's a 3-person show, and it deals with child nostalgia. And I won't go on. So this is Chilean artist Denise Treisman,
Whoa.
and she works with fabrics and textiles and just a wide variety of mediums. She works them in the loom, and she weaves them. Pretty interesting concepts. A lot of found objects and
So much
daily
color.
things. Very colorful. Mm-hmm.
Insane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Let me show you another one. This is Devora Perez's studio, and she works with geometric shapes, dealing with architecture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, what a good use of space, having the loft.
Yeah.
How long has she been in here?
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Is there a time limit for the artist?
We don't have time. We don't have term limits.
Uh-huh.
But it's something that might be implemented going forward, only because there's a lack of studio space in Miami.
Right.
Artists are always inquiring about studios.
Yeah. Bathrooms.
Got the bathrooms area here. These are more studios.
From the outside, you really don't know how large it is.
Yeah, a lot of people comment on how
wow, we didn't think it was that
big the space is, because you only get to see half of the building from outside.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Looks really cool.
Let me show you a colorful studio. This is
Oh, wow.
This is the studio of Pablo Costriani. He's an Argentine artist. Been working in Miami since 1998.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Tools are incredible. Artists have to really kind of be magicians in terms of how to put away their stuff.
Yeah, I think a lot of us artists are hoarders. So,
when you were an artist,
me?
Yeah.
I still consider myself an artist, even though I'm not practicing artist.
Yeah.
Now, but yeah, I used to make artworks. I made sculptures with found objects. And the last time I exhibited was in 2021. I'm not opposed to creating artwork, but I feel like I'm making art happen by curating shows and providing opportunities for artists.
Yeah.
Giving voice, being a platform.
Yeah, that's more important, actually. That's really important.
Thank you.
Yeah. What about your office? Are these your studios too?
So it's an interesting story, which I don't mind sharing. So this used to be my studio.
This was your studio.
Yeah, yeah. So this studio went through some changes. After it being my studio, I turned into a gallery. So you can see I did the lighting for gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aesthetic. And after I turned into a gallery, I decided to use it as an office, but um, invite an artist to be part of the program. And these two artists, they used to share a space before in their previous studio. So I invited them and it worked out. So now they share the space with me, and I have my desk where it's messy right now, but hey, it's a working desk, and this is where I get stuff done. I don't need a lot of space, but this is how it works.
Do the three of you, are you together mostly, or you have different times?
Not really. We our schedules are different. Yeah. Also, I wanted to point out to the viewers, it's early, so there aren't any artists here working now, but they work every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me again, how many of them are here right now currently?
So we have 14 artists.
And no space, no vacancy for
no, there's never a shortage here for a studio space because they fill up so quickly. Mm-hmm. As we all know, there's there's waiting lists everywhere for studio spaces. But yeah.
So after, if all goes well, fingers crossed, and the nonprofit application goes well, what are your plans in terms of for programming? Or are you thinking of expanding and somehow growing the building itself?
Yeah, so upstairs we actually, and maybe you want to get a shot. So upstairs we have apartments.
You do?
You want to come take a look?
Yeah. I
wish I could show them to you.
So there is an upstairs.
There is an upstairs.
See, fooled me. I didn't know there was.
We're in the process of rezoning, and we're pulling permits from the city so we can continue to expand the space.
Yeah.
So if you know our commissioner, let's email her and tell her to help us speed the process.
Yeah. So who's the commissioner here?
Christine King.
King. Okay.
Yeah. So see upstairs.
Oh, look at this. Okay, this is well hidden because I didn't think you guys had a second floor.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that. So we have 3 large apartments up there. My idea is to make studio spaces, so they will be used as commercial space instead of residential.
Yeah.
Live workspace could get a little bit tricky. I feel like that's a lot to tackle for now. So we'll, little by little.
Wow. How many are up there?
There are 3 apartments upstairs.
3 apartments.
Yeah.
That is so wild. It looks really hidden. You would have no idea.
Yeah, we'd have the possibility to add another 8 artists maybe upstairs.
What about this lot?
This lot is actually belongs to the property too, and we plan on extending it. And
that could be a cool sculpture garden.
Yeah, making a little sculpture garden or something, putting out gravel, activating it, for future programming. Have a backyard, but that'll be when we have the apartments ready. That way everything ties in together.
This is nice.
Thank you.
Would you ever take it to like having a ceramic studio? Or having that type of thing, or is that just much more?
That would have to be on the long road.
Long road.
Yeah, because
good thing is possibilities are endless.
Yeah, I mean, places like Bakehouse, they have a woodworking shop, they have a metal shop, I believe they have ceramic shop too.
Yeah.
So,
This is a lot bigger than I expected.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So I need to know.
Come visit us.
Yeah, you have to come. We'll have all the details below. So if you want to come see Laundromat for yourself, you can. I have to ask you, what is your advice to young artists? Is there anything that you wish that you were told when you were younger and that you had to learn the hard way? I always have to ask that of every single artist.
So one of the reasons I do what I do is because I wish I had someone teach me these things that I learned along the road, but I happened to learn them on my own. And I work with students, MFA students, BFA. So I'm always talking to them, and I like to share advice. I would say one of the biggest things is to see more art. It's so simple, but see more art and talk to people that are in the art scene.
Yeah.
And get their advice. Talk to artists. Advice can't just come from one source. You have to listen to advice from different people, different artists that might be, active doing, significant things or not. People that are still, I think everyone's still figuring out. No one knows everything. But like I said, the best thing is to talk to different artists, go to shows, go to galleries, go to museums, go look at different kind of art, and you learn from that. Ask yourself, why is this kind of work being shown? Who's the artist? Just ask questions. That's the best advice I could give you. There really isn't a playbook for artists. It's not like having a regular job where you're an accountant or lawyer or doctor. There's school for that. Obviously there's art school, but I feel like it's more academic writing and learning about art history and stuff, where there isn't really a playbook on how to be an artist, but being an artist is being also an entrepreneur, and you become a business person at the same time, because there's a lot of hobbyists too. But if you want to take it serious, you want to make a career out of it, there's different venues, there's different villages, there's studio artists, there's artists that want to travel and do residencies. There are artists that teach and maintain a practice. There's different ways. There's artists that do commissions. You have to figure out what village you want to be in. So that's the advice I would give our younger artists.
Young artists. Yeah. And if they want to be like you?
Well, take chances.
Yeah.
Take risks. I've made a lot of sacrifices to do what I do. And I guess, I don't know.
You kind of have to be brave.
Yeah.
This field is definitely not for the weak.
No, and it's, very sensitive too, also.
Yeah.
Artists, we're all sensitive. But I don't know. What else can I tell you?
No, this is incredible. This is incredible, and what you're doing here is incredible.
Thank you.
I want to thank you so much for giving me your time this morning and showing us around. Now, if you want to contact Ron, I'm going to leave his contact information below. I'm going to leave all the information for Laundromat below. Any details that you might want to know. So feel free to contact him. And thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Bye.
A few moments later.
So we thought it'd be cool because there's a new exhibition on Laundromat. Ron, can you tell us a little bit about this show?
Yeah, hi. So this is our current exhibition. It's called King Serge, and it's commemorating Serge Toussaint, who's a local legend here in Little Haiti. He's a muralist, and a lot of people know him for adorning these storefronts with his artwork, his paintings. He does, like these soda cans and sandwiches, the products that the convenience stores are selling. But he also adds some witty kind of humor into them. Like you can see here, New Pot instead of Newport.
Yeah.
Kush.
This one's cool.
Yeah. So.
Salon.
Yeah. So this is all made up. This isn't really an existing salon. It's artwork that he made up. And it's funny because the phone number that he put down there, it's actually his own.
His own number now?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's great.
He's got such a great knowledge of color and understanding of how to make these paintings look vintage.
Yeah.
Really, they look like they've been out in the sun for 5 years. With the UV, but he's incredible. I love these paintings.
They're great, and he's all up in all of these walls.
Yep.
Look at that, the U.
And these are all new paintings that he's done this year. So this is all new work.
All new work.
Yeah, so Serge mainly does murals, but he also does commission works too, and he's constantly selling them and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And outside you can see some murals.
Outside too?
Yeah, that he's done over the years. There's actually 2.
Oh, on this
one on our left and one to the right.
And
the beautiful thing is that this is like an extension of the exhibition. So like the exhibition continues outside.
Outside.
Right? Or vice versa. You come into the gallery to a continuing exhibition in a sort of white cube setting. I feel that Serge's works in particular, they really go well on the white walls as paintings instead of murals. I don't think a lot of muralists can achieve that. I feel like murals have their own place in the art world.
Yeah. So
that's pretty much it. And yeah, we wanted to commemorate him by giving him this opportunity here. I've known about Serge forever, and I met him last year because he helped me out with a sign.
Yeah.
Our sign outside, and he has a cherry picker on his truck, so he helped me put the sign back up, and he was a really cool guy. He didn't want to charge me anything, but and I talked to him and I said, hey, would you be interested in doing something? And he said, absolutely. So
you guys have to watch the Art Loft interview. I'm gonna link it because I think it's so good.
Interview.
Yeah. And he's so great. He's so charming and nice.
I agree. Yeah. So we got an interview from PBS Art Loft.
Yeah.
Last week, and it's actually airing until January. So
that's
be on
amazing.
The lookout. Season 13, PBS Art Loft.
Art Loft. I'll put some details below. Thank you, Ron, so much.
Bye. Thanks.
Bye.